And what's up, Insane Wheels? How you doing? Another week. It's Monday. Don't forget, hit that like and subscribe. Every Monday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have a whole new video coming out on the channel. Now, let's talk about it. Women on motorcycles. Is it acceptable? Well, there is a long history where it seems like it came all around back to where it is today. When motorcycle manufacturers first came out in the early 1900s, women used to ride motorcycles as well. Actually, they would get dressed up in their best Sunday outfits and go ride motorcycles with the men. Then World War II came along, and all the rambunctious guys that came home from World War II just got on that motorcycle, and you did have Hollister that happened, and a little wild stuff going on, but women were starting to be relegated to the back of the motorcycle. And let's just be honest, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, that's where they stayed. Now, a lot of people who are younger wouldn't understand this, but women used to be looked at bad in them decades if they rode their own motorcycle. Heck, I was brought up that way, thinking, hey, women shouldn't be riding their own motorcycles. It's a dangerous type of deal. And a lot of us kept our women from riding their own motorcycles because we had kids. That's one of the reasons I did it. Plus, she's not too coordinated. But anyway, we had kids, and you didn't want to see anything happen to her. If it happened to you, it was all right, but you didn't want it happening to her. So you really put her on the back. And a lot of us used to look at women. I came up through the 90s decade. Like, what are you doing on that motorcycle? It was a very rare thing to see. Now, Leather and Lace, they're a woman's motorcycle club only. They're going into their 40th year anniversary, I believe it is. And you can hear the founder, how she talked about how she was treated in the early 80s. Guys were actually trying to run her off the road just to let her know, hey, you're not supposed to be on that motorcycle. It was a male chauvinist type of deal if you put it into today's terms. Now, moving forward a little bit, getting out of the 90s, you're talking, 2005, 2006. You started seeing this change in the scene. And by the way, I think it's for the better. The more people that get into the sport of motorcycling, the better it is for everybody. It keeps the sport alive. It gives them some diversity, the sport. But that's when things really started changing around. And by, the late 2000s, 2016 and up maybe until today is when you really seen it. Now, you really saw this within the sport bike riding community, where women, hey, they got on their bikes, they knew how to ride, they knew how to do everything that they were supposed to do, which was a really cool thing to see. Sport bike riders tend to be a lot younger, and they don't have the biases that the older guys had. They didn't come into the scene with them biases. Now, it took a while for the Harley Davidson crowd to come around. It really did. It took longer than usual for the Harley crowd that came around, because Harley Davidson built their reputation around the bad boy image. And that's one of the things that Harley Davidson now is trying to fix, is trying to be inclusive to everybody. Where this just wasn't the case early on. A Harley was a bad boy, an outlaw image, where women weren't thought of in that way. Now you see these women out on their motorcycles that can ride circles around a lot of guys I know, especially on them sports bikes. Because let's be honest, they can do some tricked out stuff on them sports bikes. But I think, again, it's come full circle where everybody's involved in the sport of motorcycling. And to guys my age and stuff, hey, those days are gone. Those days are gone. Bye-bye. See you later. They're not coming back. The cat's out of the bag, as they say. But what do you think? Do you think it's been great for more women to own their more motorcycles than they used to? Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You all are great. I appreciate all the support on this channel. Rock and roll. Thanks, everyone.
I say goodbye, vamoose, adios, ciao, so long, get your hat jack.
#1 Internet Biker Radio Show is now available on Spotify and all major platforms, including iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, and more. Don't forget to become a subscriber on any one of these platforms so you can be notified right away when our weekly episode is uploaded so you never miss an episode.